Right. Um, Hi guys. So I thought there might be something interesting to share with you. So I'll share it. You tell me if it's interesting or not. So I with my different brands have had a marketing strategy which has been to provide relevant, useful content, right? So part of that was like my blog, which is a blog.ethelcofie.com. On Ethel Technology Consulting, we have a number of sort of white papers and blog posts that we share out. The same thing for Women in Tech Africa. So, and we grew sort of a small subscriber base of people that were interested in just sort of hearing from us because they liked the content so much. And it became cumbersome to have to do it, like email people weekly with blog posts and things like that. So about a year and a half ago, I looked around I was using MailChimp initially, which meant that I had to like write out, I had to like actually every week remember to go and create content and send it out. But I found this really interesting tool, which is why like I thought it would be good to share because I've been using it about a year and a half. Called drip.co, drip DRIP, not .com but .co as in .co. And really what I really wanted was a tool that enabled me to automate like blog posts and things like that. So if I would write a blog post, it would automatically at set times be able to just fire off that blog post to subscribers or to people that wanted to sort of hear. That's what I wanted. I also wanted a tool that enabled me to create a sort of campaign. It might be if you're in sales, you know what like a sales funnel is, right? So what they say is it takes about 10 to 15 encounters with your brand for a user, especially with Ethel Technology Consulting, to buy from you. And so I thought I wanted to create like a series of emails where we would send out relevant conversation that would maybe enable people to make the decision to go with our brand. So that's what I wanted to, that's the other thing that I wanted to do. And I also didn't want to have to, I wanted to have to just set it and not worry about it. So I didn't want to have to be in a meeting thinking, oh, I've got to send out this email to my subscribers. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about drip.co and how it's been. My door just swung open. Drip.co and how it's been, and you can tell me if it was useful or not. All right. Okay. Right. So I'm trying to find the right light. This is my office, by the way. So that's the site, drip.com. I thought it was .co. Anyway, so that's the site. Okay, so here's the dashboard, but no, it's all very confusing. So let's just start from the beginning. So I have a 10-week entrepreneurial course that I do, which emails people every month, every week, with some content on entrepreneurship. And so it provides what we call, Drip has something called campaigns, and I have something here, right? So it's called, like, again, 10-week program. And I created this on my birthday last year, just as sort of my gift to my followers and that sort of thing. Now, hold on, can I see the set of emails? Okay, this is taking too long. Actually, let's start from here. So what I did was create. Okay, I'm not really good at doing well with this. What I did was to create what it is a 10-week email campaign with a set of emails. And so there are different emails, and it shows you, like you can see here, when it should be sent 7 days. You can do like 7 days, hours, minutes. And I've done 10 weeks. And so you can create 10 weeks of emails, and it's after the first one, 7 days. After you do the second one, 7 days after, that sort of thing. And so I just wrote, and again, you want to see the rate. So yeah, anyway, so 71% of people like open up their emails. And so there is just the email that goes out. So the first week we talk about practical ways to learn how to quit, to learn entrepreneurial skills before you quit your job. So these are like a series of emails that I just set up. And what happens here is, once somebody goes on my site, and it's a really simple way. Once people go on my site, I've embedded like a pop-up which asks people whether they want to sign up for the 10-week course. And once they do, they're put in once they do, they're put in the system. So like I said, as part of my birthday, I put together blah blah blah. And so once they sign up, and they confirm who they are, they get this, and you can set so you can embed it. You can embed it on your platform. You can say it shows 10 seconds after somebody goes on the website, and that sort of thing. Once it's done, and people set up, then they begin to receive the campaigns. Now, this is quick and simple, so I don't have to send out emails every week, and I don't have to think about it very much. And what then I can do, what I've done then afterwards is there's a thing they have called a workflow, and I say, and this is a workflow here. So what happens is I can visually design. So after the person has done the campaign, they get added to the custom audience. So when I do Facebook ads, they're most likely to see it. And I can, if they've also checked on sort of at the time, the coaching program that I was running, then they would be flagged as a potential prospect for my next training or Ethel Cofie Startup School or something like that. So it's like really, really simple. This is what I wanted to sort of show everybody. It's really, really simple, and you can set it up. The other thing I wanted to do was for people to receive my blog post really, really simply. So I've set up an RSS feed on my blog. And if you don't know what an RSS feed is, I'm going to put a link down there. But what then happens is I can set up, hold on. This is one I already have set up. So I can set up, I hope this is not confusing. I'm trying my best to be helpful. So I can set up my blog feed here, and I ask me how long, and I can say weekly, and then date and time I wanted to send out, and then days of the week that it's to be sent out, and then we have sort of the blog post. So I have set up like an automatic setting, and then it just pulls in, and all this is done mostly automatic for you. So don't be kind of stressed about writing these out, because it's also like, and there are tutorials. And so what it does is every week, at the end of the week, for people that are signed up, they basically can just receive an email with all my new blog posts. Let me see if I can find, hold on. Let me see if I can find, a sample email. So this is my blog, and I've like created all these sort of new blog posts that go out. And so if I go back to my broadcast, which is essentially the emails, this has a lot of functionality, but I'm just telling you what I use, because part of it is I really don't want to have to spend a lot of time. So this is the last one that went out on 18th June for my blog post, and this is and so this is basically it. Right, and it's helpful because it shows the data of 560 people, less than 30% opened it. So I might have to do something about how I word the email. But what then happens is this is the content. So the thing that we set up, this is how it comes up. Well, it will have the person's name. So dear whatever, as they sign up on the site, I would like you to follow me on so blah blah blah. Okay, so then it just shows the last blog post here. This is not very interesting. Let me show you maybe the last one, which had more blog posts. Right. So again, this was like a better conversion, which is clearly because there's just more content there. And so if you look here, you'll see that, it has here, it's like relevant conversations. This is a blog post I'd written about Paris, and there has some data in it, so they can either tweet it or share it on Read More. And so if they can click on that email, it goes to the blog. Right. So here's a really good tool. Drip.co is a really good tool, I think, for like just automating a lot of the stuff that you have to do. If you're a business person and one of your marketing strategies is sharing relevant content and writing relevant content, then part of it is that creating that small community of subscribers that you can, without, once you set it up and forget about it, you just check on your analytics, your data goes out and they receive their blogs and their emails, and you can sort of automate the process. Okay, so you should, I think in terms of pricing, drip.co, I think is free for like the first 100 subscribers. So like if you want to try it out, just go to grip.co, so not .com, .co.co, and I think the first 100 is free. I pay for it because I've just had more people. I've got at the moment about 500 or so people just who engage with my content on a consistent weekly basis. So I pay for it, but you should try it out. Might be useful, might be not, but let me know how it goes. I'm not quite sure what to put this under, so we're going to file this under like relevant conversations. I think so. So when I find these interesting things, I'll share. Okay, see you guys.